Chapter 126, The Culprit Who Hurt Xiaoxue 1. More than 80% of the younger generation in the Wuxia region had been injected with the genetic compound chain Allele Elixir Gene Liberation Elixir. However, there were not many genetic newcomers who could be certified as Level F genetic liberators by the government. Only about 60%. Therefore, they still carried out a certain level of control to prevent causing panic in the society of ordinary people. However, in the past 10 years, this kind of control has begun to relax. Ordinary people could occasionally understand the bizarre world of genetic newcomers. They adopted a method of letting ordinary people know step by step. However, the control was still there. For example, if one wanted to obtain an account to enter the genetic new human's social media circle, they first had to be verified with their real name. Then, they had to be a genetic newcomer who had been verified by the Wuxia Genetic Committee before they could successfully register an account. The lowest standard for this certification was a Level F genetic liberator. Zhu Tui instantly became anxious when he heard Kai Hongying mention that Xiaoxue was also involved in the matter. I haven't been certified as a genetic liberator, so I haven't registered for the genetic newcomer Weibo circle. This is a little troublesome. Kai Hongying frowned, then let Chai Zhao take a screenshot for you. There's no need to go through so much trouble. You have low-grade level D rights. You can directly enter the special Weibo circle. I can do that? Alright, thank you. I'll go back first. Zhu Tui returned to the dormitory in a hurry. Luo Murong should be in his evening class, so he did not disturb him. He quickly registered his Weibo account and applied to open an account for the special Weibo circle for genetic newcomers. His identification was verified. Then there was facial recognition, special liability statements, and so on. It was 10 minutes later that Zhu Tui successfully entered the special Weibo circle of genetic newcomers. When he searched for the words Xiaoxue, a massive number of search results immediately popped up. The hottest post was a statement by a guy named Haruji publicly challenging Xiaoxue on Weibo. It was an authentic challenge to Xiaoxue. Dear Professor Xiaoxue, I heard that you are the youngest professor in the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. As for me, I am also one of the youngest professors in the New India Genetic Evolution College. It was a pity that the organizers had only arranged for actual combat exchanges between the students, and did not arrange for actual combat exchanges between the teachers. Therefore, I specially issued a challenge to you here. On Thursday, August 11th, after the students' actual combat exchange. The location was the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College's combat arena. If you have the confidence, reply to me. This was a public challenge on Weibo. At the end of it, it included Xiaoxue, the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College, the Academic Affairs Office of the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College, the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College's Mystery Branch, and so on. However, so far, no official organization, including Xiaoxue, had officially responded to Haoji's challenge. The first comment was from Haruji, Xiaoxue, I'll wait for you. If you don't dare, forget it. It was full of provocation. Below the comments, they were all supporting Xiaoxue. Beauty was proportional to strength. Haruji overestimated himself. He had a death wish. And there were more comments of the same. He felt quite awesome when he saw these. However, when he looked at Xiaoxue's Weibo, it had already been taken over by the genetic newcomers. Why haven't you accepted the challenge? Are you afraid? Are you afraid of death? You can't be a coward. This was a more rational comment. Many keyboard warriors had already started to make personal attacks. Zhu Tui was furious. He hated Haruji for challenging Xiaoxue. He was also extremely angry at those keyboard warriors. They didn't even know the truth and only knew how to criticize others. Xiaoxue was seriously injured. It had only been a week since the finger replantation surgery. Even if the recovery speed was fast under the current medical conditions, it was still a limb replantation. The function of the hand could not be completely recovered in a week or two. Zhu Tui's lungs were about to explode from anger when he saw Haruji's arrogant reply. He became even angrier when he looked at Xiaoxue's Weibo, which had been flooded with comments. He only calmed down after taking a few deep breaths. He thought about it and called in Xiaoxue. "You haven't started cultivating?" This was the first thing Xiaoxue said after the call was connected, and she sounded like a teacher. "It'll start in a while. Teacher, how's your finger injury?" Zhu Tui asked. "It's all right. I reckon that my finger function will be completely restored in another week," and Xiaoxue replied. After a moment of silence, Zhu Tui suddenly said, "Missin, why don't you post a photo of your finger replantation on Weibo?" On the other end of the line, and Xiaoxue was stunned. "You know, there's no need. Aren't we fighting on Thursday? It's only Sunday today. Why are you in such a hurry?" But the Weibo circle. Zhu Tui, on the video call, and Xiaoxue suddenly became extremely stern. "If you want to go further on the path of genetic evolution, you have to maintain your own views. You have to follow through once you decide on something. Don't be easily affected by the outside world. Remember, facts speak louder than words." Zhu Tui was silent for a while over the phone. "I understand, Miss Anne. Why don't I fight on behalf of you?" Zhu Tui said solemnly. "There are so many second-year seniors. It's not your turn. Or do you want to represent me in the Battle of Haruji?" Zhu Tui was speechless.